So in this video, I am on page 4, and I'm going to be going over some of the second quarter topics that we had, and we're going to be going through PERMDAS in this video. We're going to be going through combining like terms in this video. And down here, functions we already went through in class, but I am just going to do a brief review of that. After that, I will be flipping over and going through question 28, and we'll be talking about question 29. All right? So for question 24, I want to remind you guys that we have a numerator and a denominator in this problem. So first, we're going to simplify the numerator. And from left to right, we have division first. A lot of you think in PERMDAS, because multiplication comes before division, that you're supposed to multiply and get a 12 here. That's incorrect. We're going to divide first to get this 4, then multiply to get this 16, and then take away 2 to get a 14 for our numerator answer. For the denominator, in parentheses, we have 6 minus 5, which is 1, and 2 times 1 is 2. So now that we have our numerator and denominator, we can divide to get the final answer of 7. Number 24 simplifies to 7. Now for 25, we have no parentheses to worry about, no exponents, nor no radicals. I want to remind you guys that the radical is the square root sign, okay? So we have whichever comes first from left to right, multiplication or division, and it would be this division. 25 divided by 5 is 5. Now that 5 times 2 is this 10. And now 2 minus this 10 is this negative 8. And we'll add the 17 to that last and get a 9. Now for question 26, when we combine like terms to simplify expressions, we want to go after all of the terms that have the same variable with the same coefficient or different coefficients, and constants also are going to get grouped together. Now the first thing we're going to do in question 26 is catch that we have a double negative here, and since combining like terms is just adding and subtracting, which is the end of PEMDAS, it is okay that we go ahead and do that first. So now I've got a positive 8 and a negative 3, and I also have a negative 4a with a positive 11a. In this next step, I just group those together to help you see where I'm getting the positive 7, because negative 4 plus 11 is 7. And then I'm helping you see that I get a positive 8 minus 3, which is positive 5. So this is an algebraic expression. We can simplify it by combining like terms. That's what CLT stands for. And when we combine the like terms, it simplifies to 7a plus 5. Now in class, we were able to review y equals mx plus b. And I want to review that the coefficient is m, and here the coefficient is technically this 1. Here the coefficient is 3, and notice that in both of them I put it as a fraction over 1. Also the y-intercept here, this would be the constant, so that's why I have a negative 5 written here, and here since we have a plus 0, that's why you see I have the origin. Now let me review what that all means, okay? We know if we plug in a 0 into this equation, 0 minus 5 is negative 5. So I know this red point is going to be on the line. 0, negative 5 is the y-intercept. That's where it's going to cross the y-axis. Then I can use this fraction of 1 over 1 to say up 1 over 1 point, up 1 over 1 point, up 1 over 1 point. And that's how we get this line. Now over here, because I know that when I plug in 0, 0 times 3 is 0, I know plugging in a 0, I'm going to get an output of 0. So the constant, once again, tells us this red point. Then this fraction tells me up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1, and that's how we build this line. All right? Over here, question 28 is just asking, do you know how to plot points? I want to remind you guys that when plotting points, you move over on the x-axis first, and then up or down on the y-axis. So for 28, we're looking for 0, negative 4. That means we don't go anywhere along the x-axis. We just simply move down 4 on the y-axis from the origin. So A, I move down 4, there it is. B, from the origin, I move down 4, there it is. C, if I move down 4 from the origin, that knocks out answer choice C. And here, if I move down 4 from the origin, that's going to knock out answer choice D. So we've got A and B. Now let's go for 1, negative 2. We're going to move over 1, down 2 from the origins. Over 1, down 2. I see it there in green. From the origin, over 1, down 2. It's not on this line, so that knocks out B. So we know it's got to be A. All right, now for question 29, we want to know which equation is the equation that generates this table of values. All right, now I'm going to show you guys a shortcut. If you plug in 0, we're expecting 1. So -4 times 0 plus 1, this is still in the running. Now right here, -2 times 0 is 0 plus 5, we're expecting a 5 here. So that's how we can knock out answer choice B. Now answer choices C and D still have a +1 as the constant, but at least in terms of plugging in all of these numbers, we've narrowed it down to 3 of them. So now I'm taking answer choice A, and I'm just going to plug in the -2, the -1, and the 2 right here for x. So -4 times -2 is 8, and 8 plus 1 is 9. So far, so good. All right, now I'm going to plug in -1. -4 times -1, 4, plus 1 is 5. We're so good so far. And for the last one, if we plug in a 2 times -4, it's -8. And -8 plus 1, we're going to get closer to 0. So we don't even need to bother checking with C and D because A is the right answer. And that concludes the video for the quarter 2 topics. Thank you.